on Yellow. But before Yellow came out, I did manage to rent Pokemon Blue and Red, respectively, separately. And I like those games a lot. But also, because I was young, I was dumb. I wasn't. A lot of people will get the impression that I'm fairly intelligent, but I assure you, that's not the case. I'm kind of dumb. Kind of really dumb. I know what I know, but other than that, I'm kind of dumb. So anyway, I would kind of like just stall out on certain games because I didn't know how to play them, and I couldn't learn to play them because I wasn't smart enough to figure it out. So I lost interest in a lot of them pretty quickly. But anyway, so I would spend a lot of time playing video games whenever I could, but otherwise it was being out and about on my bike, my 10 speed mountain bike, probably bought from Walmart. But you know, when you're a kid, you don't think about these things. Not really, anyway. You don't really know the value of certain things because you know your parents likely shield you from it. And I think, like, rightly so. You know, kids shouldn't have to worry about that kind of stuff. I did get into skateboarding a little bit when I was younger because of Tony Hawk's Pro Skater. Now that game, oh boy, when it came out, that was when we had the original PlayStation, which was originally just called a PlayStation. There was no PlayStation 1 or PSX yet. It wasn't called a PSX until the second generation PlayStation came out and it was known as PS1. And it was all tiny and stuff. But the PlayStation, the original PlayStation, also known as PlayStation X, was more boxy and square. And usually when you see pictures of the PlayStation, that's the one you see. You don't see the PS1. But anyway, I digress. I uh I would play Tony Hawk's Pro Skater like all the time. Well, Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 2, I should say. And I remember when it came out, it was actually one of the demos that you would get from Pizza Hut. Because back in the day, Pizza Hut actually delivered to our neighborhood, so we would get Pizza Hut every few weeks or so, and we would get a demo disc that came with the meal that we got, and it had a few games on it. And one of those was Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 2. So, and I think the first game that we owned for the PlayStation was actually Crash Bandicoot, which was a really fun game. I really enjoyed that. Um, Incidentally, I used to have nightmares from it as well. Like, whenever you fell into the pits, it'd be game over. You die. And my dreams, I would fall into a pit, and it'd be game over. And the thing is, like, I could feel myself falling in my dream, and it would wake me up. And it was very unpleasant. And I had this dream, like, a lot. Like, at least 5 times. Which I think for a specific dream is a lot. If you have a dream at least twice, that's kind of weird. But 5 times, yeah. So that leads me to last night, my son had a bad dream. And basically, alright, so my son can't swim. And it's kind of my fault because, you know, uh, being a single parent, I was fairly busy, so I wasn't able to do a lot of the recreational things that my parents were able to have us do. So one of those things was like, you know, go to the YMCA, which isn't really free. I'm not sure if it was ever free, but it was definitely not free for us. But my parents paid for a membership, and we all had our own cards with our names on them and everything that allow us to use the facilities. and such. And you know, we were there for like after school and stuff like that. So let's see, is this music over already? It is. Well, what do you know? That was fairly quick. Let's see. So anyway, whenever Misha has dreams, they're usually about falling into water or having to swim. Which in this instance, he was like pushed into a pool and he can't swim. So of course, he found that very distressful. So I do hope I'm able to get him to learn to swim. It's fairly easy. I learned pretty easily. And I actually really enjoy the water. To an extent. I don't like deep bodies of water or water that's fairly opaque, so I can't see through it. And that's because I have a deep-seated fear of the unknown and not being in control. Which you know, essentially speaking, it's kind of nonsense that we should have that fear because we are rarely in control of anything. So we should just accept it. But I can't accept it. So yeah, I have that fear. And that's why I don't like roller coasters, because strapped down and being forced to move in ways that I don't necessarily wish to. So yeah. I don't like swimming in rivers. I don't like driving over rivers or lakes or anything like that. Find it terrifying. And usually I have to trick myself into being calm. So what I'll do is turn the volume of my music up way loud. Or like I'll stare in the car in front of me, or I'll stare on the road that I'm driving on. Oh, then it's all I could do. So yeah, that's that drawing. I think I will have a quick bathroom break, and I'll be back for another drawing. Alright, I am returned. I had some food heating up. I haven't eaten anything yet. Technically, I've not eaten anything today. I did have the last bit of my fruit smoothie. My naked fruit smoothie was really good. I think it was a berry blast and it was very, very delicious. A little pun for you there. Anyway, thank you, uh, Kaing, for giving me a good job on that drawing. Anyway, so I think I will try to do something a bit more abstract with this go around. Adjust camera a little bit. See, I don't want you guys staring at my crotch while I draw. That's awkward. That's too much. Nope, that's too much. Oh, come on. See, this is why you don't adjust things on the fly, because then everyone's staring at your fly. And now I can't get it to go back. Everything was going well until the Fire Nation attacked. Alright. And of course my food's ready now. So now I have to get back up and undo everything I just did. God dang it. Alright. Alright.